Good morning, my geesies. How are you? Yeah, I've started to let the geese free range 24/7, so I don't lock them up at night anymore. Good morning, chickens. Good morning, weird chickens. Release the quackage! Excuse me, miss, can I touch your egg? We got 3 of them, including this one that is absolutely fresh. Would you look at that? We got 2 mama gooses sitting on that nest. I'm gonna have to chase them off the nest to check for fresh goose eggs. Excuse me, girls. Need you get out. You get up, please. Come on, girl. I recently set that gray mother goose up with some eggs of her own, and so she's supposed to be sitting on that nest, but I keep checking to see if there's any new eggs that get laid because I don't want to mix the old eggs with the new eggs. So that makes for 13 duck eggs and 3 goose eggs on the morning's haul. Pretty good. I expect to probably get another 3 or 4 goose eggs before the day's out. This is like peak laying time right now. And so right now I'm taking every goose egg that I get and putting it in the incubator. You guys see Toby Dog? He's out there doing his rounds. Where's he gonna pop up? Boop, there he is. I've noticed that Toby has become very protective of the ducks. Whenever he sees them go out there, he tends to spend more time out around that area, which is probably like the most likely spot for predators to come from. So it actually makes good sense that he's out there with the ducks, keeping watch over them. Meanwhile, all the geese and chickens that are hanging out here by the pond, they have a lot more space between them and the woods, which is where any sort of predator is going to come. So I'm glad that Toby Dog is up there. So I got a text from Toby's breeder the other day that sort of bummed me out, and I wanted to share it with you guys. As a lot of you guys know, we had plans to get a puppy this summer, a companion dog for Toby. So Maremma sheepdog always work best as pairs, particularly if you have a male and female pair working together. And so I had intentions of getting this puppy this summer to partner up with Toby. You know, the reason I didn't start with 2 dogs from the beginning was I wanted to be able to work very closely with Toby and have him really form a bond with me and be able to partner with me around the farm. But as we add this new puppy on the farm now that Toby's fully trained up, he's going to be able to show the puppy the ropes, and I'm not going to have to do nearly as much work with the puppy as I had to do with Toby Dog. And so my plan for the year was that I was going to work with the same breeder that I got Toby Dog from, and she was going to provide us with a puppy. The puppy would actually be Toby's niece, and the 2 of them would form a pair that would work the farm for years to come. Now, I was really hoping that the puppy would show up here on the farm in like July-ish time period. And if you're doing your math, that would suggest that, say, The mother got pregnant in February and had the puppies in like May, and then, you know, late July, early August, I guess, would be when the new puppy would be ready to show up here on the farm. But unfortunately, when the mother's heat cycle kicked in and they tried to mate her, the pregnancy didn't take, and so we were off from a timing perspective for a May litter. Then the breeders tried again for March, same attempt, same father, and unfortunately same result. And so the mom that was supposed to have the puppy that's coming here to the farm hasn't gotten pregnant yet. The breeders, they have actually done a whole bunch of tests to make sure that everything's okay with the mom, and the father is actually a proven sire, so we know that that's not the problem. And so right now, to be perfectly honest, we're all sort of scratching our heads. I know everybody is super excited for Toby to get a friend and for there to be another dog here on the farm, but unfortunately, I don't know exactly when that's gonna be. Now, I know some of you are gonna be popping up in the comments saying, oh, I should just look for a different breeder or maybe just get a different breeded dog. But to be very blunt, this is a major decision for our farm, and adding just the right dog is very important to me. And so I don't want to compromise, I don't want to make sacrifices, I don't want to rush it. I'm in no rush to get the puppy. Toby's doing a great job here around the farm. It's not like I need to go searching for new breeders or searching for new opportunities. Frankly, I want to work with this breeder. They're awesome people, they've become my friends, they do so right by their dogs. I think it's actually a very important thing to have the right type of dog like that here on our farm. So for me and for you guys, it means we just have to be patient, cross our fingers, and hope to get some good news in the near future. So we'll see about that one. Oh wow, hey, would you guys look at Toby Dog up there? Check this out. We're gonna play another game of Spot Toby. He's way up there on the ridge. You know, I don't think I show this enough in my videos, but Toby Dog does a great job of doing the rounds around the perimeter of the fence. So this is a roughly 10-acre area that we've got fenced in here, maybe I guess 9.5 acres to be exact. And he works every bit of it, and every couple of hours he'll do laps, he'll go around, he'll sniff, he'll check for things. It's really good to see. He likes to scamper and play. Looks like he might even have a sense of some sort of animal up there, maybe. I don't know. He might just be being a big goofball. He has a tendency to do that too. Some of you guys have asked me too in terms of any other new tree updates, and you know, the orchard's doing pretty good. I recently did a check of most of the trees, and you can actually see some of the tree tubes that I have down right now. Those are pretty much all trees that are dead, and I'm gonna have to replace them. I have a whole bunch of chestnuts buried right now, and so I'll probably replace most of them with chestnuts. I also plan to sprout some black locust in the near future, and I'll probably make a video about how I do that. So that will also happen too. Yeah, I'm not sure what Toby's doing up there. He definitely has his attention very focused. I don't like to call him away when he's doing stuff like this. I like to let him do his thing and sort of wander and explore and look and follow his instincts. And you guys might have noticed since the last video, the pasture's starting to green up again. Pretty exciting. The geese are ranging further and further out lately as the grass continues to grow. You know, most of the grass that's right around here is either picked clean or it's been so much mud because of the flooding that they haven't had much to eat. But back there in the permaculture orchard, there's lots of good grass for the getting. There's our ducks doing their thing. A couple of these swales in the back here still have water in them, and so they really enjoy hanging out there for most of the day. You know, I gotta say, coming out here every morning and watching everything and watching all the animals interact and, you know, do their thing and essentially express themselves in their most natural way, it's just such an awesome feeling. I mean, you know, look, in the winter time, it's so tough because it's cold and everybody seems miserable, and I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with my chores. This time of year, my chores are actually the least amount because I don't have to give them too much water. They got plenty of water and they've got a lot more extra food, so I don't even have to feed the geese nearly as much. You know, just being out here and watching them in their ecosystem here on the farm, it's just such a super rewarding feeling. And it just makes me really happy. As I've noted in other videos, I think my concern that the pond wouldn't fill up was overplayed, and at this point it overfilled, and now some of the stuff that went into our back float is actually starting to drain into the soil, which is good, as well as the fact that it seems like the water is staying in the pond. I don't know if it's gonna stay all year, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that the bentonite that we spread out there is gonna keep it, but I'm not too sure. You never can be sure until you actually are sure and you see it all play out. What were you doing back there? You have fun? Oh dear, oh no, oh Toby. I don't know if you guys can see this, but he's got more burdock in his fur. Oh, buddy boy, I might have to just cut some of these out. They're turning into like dreadlocks. Ew. What were you doing up there? I think you found a burdock patch, if I'm not mistaken. I do very little coat maintenance for Toby dog. The one thing I have to do pretty regularly, and is kind of the worst, especially in the warmer months, is pulling burdock out of his fur. What I found is the easiest way to get it out is actually to just try to break the seed things apart. Yeah, you don't like that burdock? You want to eat it? You're like a burdock farmer, Toby. You're just spreading seed all over this farm. You know that, right, bud? By the way, I should probably do like a little quick mini tutorial on what burdock is, because I know burdock is super common here in the Northeast, but I don't think it's in other parts of the country or other parts of the world. So burdock are these like little seed balls. In fact, I think the inventors of Velcro actually got the idea for creating Velcro, or I guess technically it's called hook and loop or whatever. Well, they got the idea by actually doing some biomimicry of what you see with burdock. Yeah, so what burdock is like these little seed pods that have like hook and loop enclosure, and so they're super sticky. Like they'll stick to your clothes if you walk through a patch of it. Problem is with Toby, like as he's going through it and like walking around, they get stuck in his coat. And given just how thick and luxurious his coat is, that can be a real problem. See, he's still got a couple more in here I gotta get out. Oh, buddy. Things you do for your dog. A lot of you guys have been asking lots of questions about the dog house and how it's working out. And I think so far it's been working out pretty darn good. Toby really enjoys it. He's been spending a lot of time hanging out on this deck. He goes inside occasionally, like we had some rain the other night and he went inside. Like I said in the video where I built the dog house, this is gonna ultimately be a house for both Toby and the puppy, and Pablo and any other barn cats we get. Pablo Barn Cat has been using this house too. He's not using it nearly as much as Toby Dog, but he has definitely been enjoying these scratching posts, and he loves climbing on it. And he loves actually sitting on it and sort of watching out for rodents out in the pasture. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, do you guys like my hat? It's brand new. I'm very excited about it. It just came in the mail the other day. It's a Goldshaw Farm hat. You'll see them advertised down below this video if you want to buy one yourself. Good petting dog, yeah.